So like people obviously also want a lot of money. Traders are the only demographic where it's like they made a lot of money from trading and they also can teach you how to be a trader. That does not exist with athletes. LeBron cannot tell you how to be LeBron. Fucking Leonardo cannot tell you how to be Leonardo. But Kimchi can tell you how he made his money trading. He can tell you what he was doing, what he was looking at. Like people who use technical analysis, people who trade low caps, and people who trade on chain, they can literally teach you how they made $40 million in less than whatever a couple years. So that's the key for that to happen. Like Whiff went to fucking 5 billion last cycle, and it was literally just a dog with the hat like that, and that would be clearly over a B in my wallet. So
like. I kind of got obsessed with Pump Fun like a month ago or whatnot. Yeah. And one of the reasons I got obsessed with Pump Fun is that I was on DeFi Llama looking at Vol. It was after Cash Cat. It was after Ansem and then Cash Cat. And it was the first time in a long time I had this like, I could feel the animal spirits like desperate to bid a coin. And then two of them go over 100 mil. And I look at the metrics and I'm like, wait, this doesn't even make sense. These numbers don't even make sense. And I start kind of like tapping back.
Oh, crazy numbers.
We'll both post it in a second. I start like looking at the numbers. I'm like, this doesn't even make sense. And I start like tapping into my Telegram groups. But the thing that really got me was the TikTok. And I start scrolling TikTok and I'm like, hold on a second. All of these TikToks have like 30, 40K likes. Kimchi, Malone, Zach XBT, Orangey, Ansem, Pump Fun, Incentos, like Ethan Prosper. I'm scrolling on TikTok. I didn't really feel like this existed last cycle where there was this like trader lore from crypt. It's almost Rasmer. It's almost, you know what it almost is doing is I feel as if day trading got the spotlight as if you want to be a trader, like you do the funded account, prop firm day trading thing. And then over a long enough time frame, nobody made any money. And then just due to the law of averages, these on-chain meme coin kids did make a lot of money. And it's the same people making content. And eventually one of them like rises to the top. Like in a lot of ways, I feel like on-chain can take the spotlight and the thunder that like day trading has occupied just because people just were more familiar with day trading.
Yeah.
And then you look at Kimchi right now.
It's just going new.
Bro, it's insane. It's 30 million views. His tweet has 30 million views.
I didn't know it was that high.
No, it's 30 million views. And that's my question for you is like, bro, last cycle, to me, the most viral moment from last cycle is you, like, it might be a story. I don't even know if it's probably, you hung out with Kanye, bro.
Yeah.
Brother, Kanye tweeted your passport picture and said, does anyone know Ansem? He tweeted your passport picture, bro.
I know, bro.
So my question is like, is it like you actually think you can get more famous this cycle than last? Like, what does that look? What do you think that looks like if it gets there?
Bro, I do. I like it's kind of scary because I do think I could get more famous this cycle than I did last cycle. Because last cycle, it honestly was just happening. Like it wasn't even planned. And my account was just going crazy talking about crypto stuff. But I wasn't really outside like that doing a whole bunch of stuff, really. I really was just tweeting nonstop talking about coins. And yeah, I definitely agree that like the TikTok group has been like a completely segmented market from CT. I think part of the reason why CT doesn't believe in Pump Fun's numbers is because they're not Zoomers trading on Pump Fun. Like they're just not the people trading there and not the people looking there. Like they're trading stocks and perps and everything else. But yeah, bro, I do think I could get more famous this cycle. I think it's already happening, bro. Like I walk around in New York and people come up to me like,
how often do you get recognized?
Pretty frequently, bro. Like
daily?
No, I wouldn't say daily. But like if I go out on the weekend to like a spot where it's like people there, like a club or bar or anything, I'm definitely getting recognized. Like for sure.
What do you think about the intersection of like traders and flex culture? Because when I was looking at this, I think you are one of the only like famous trader in that group that is known for being like a trader. Like you, like you're lit at Twitter and you were like viral, but it wasn't like you were this like TikTok influencer that then started trading, or it wasn't like you were this mainstream streamer that then started trading or did both. You basically grew 1 million followers like being a trader? Like, do you think the flex culture like is bad for trading? Is it good for it? Is it part of it? Like, how do you think about that?
I think it's bad when the people that are when the most famous people are not good traders. I think that's when it's bad because then they're teaching people how to trade, but they don't actually know how to trade, and then everybody's losing money because they don't know how to trade, and then it's like then they get turned off from trading because they learned how to trade from somebody who doesn't actually trade. I think that's a bad situation. I do think though that like there is some positives to it, like the flex culture works because it just hits the normie brain so well. Like, oh, this dude has this car which is worth this, and he's flexing this, and that like gets people attracted and into trading. Like, oh, he did this, he has this because he was a trader. Whether that's like true or not, it still gets people on board the trading. And I do think that knowing how to trade is like a very, very important skill that everybody is going to have like some way, some a little bit in the future, or like not just starting now, because markets are just such a better, not better, but like one of the only ways that you can like compound your capital and get out of the current like social status level that you're at is through markets. And so I think a lot of people are going to get into trading because of that. But yeah, I've never really been into the flex cultures though. That's never been my thing. I just like to tweet and I trade. So the like content stuff kind of happened because people are like, dude, you know, you like have to, because if you don't do it, who else is going to do it? Like, who else is going to be the one putting out quality information and interviewing people, talking to people? And so I got kind of got like pushed towards doing it more and more. And I was tweeting a lot anyway. But like even in 2020, was it 2021? Even in 2021, like I was just tweeting. I had my private journal on the side, and my private journal was Consent. People, it has like 40K followers now, but it had like 100 followers in 2021. And on Consent, the journal, I like had a few like my close CT friends in it, but I would just post every trade, like every single trade I took, like every trade. I was like, it was like at the top of the month, I would do a thesis on the month. These are my biggest positions. This is what I'm looking at. This is where I'm wrong. This is where I'm right. And I did like a whole fucking thread of charts at the beginning of every month. And every trade I took, I would update on that account, like the trade I was taking, where my risk was, like what my reward was. So people knew how much I was making and what trades I was in. And then at some point, somebody was like, bro, you got to write a Substack. Like you need to write longer form so people can read it and we can like understand more of your thesis. I'm like, okay, I write a Substack. So I wrote a Substack and I posted the Substack on my private account. And then people shared it on my main and were like, yo, y'all got to read what this dude is talking about. Go look at this Substack. And I was like, okay, cool. So I posted the Substack, reposted it on my main from my private. And I think after I posted that is when Kobe asked me to come on Up Only, and they was like, "Yo, you should come on and we'll do an interview." And that's when I did the interview.
With Hentai Adventure?
The Hentai Adventure, literally in the basement of my fucking old apartment building with like a laptop and spotty Wi-Fi, and the lights kept going off. Um, but yeah, that was like my journey into like doing content. But it was really just because I was posting the trades and people were like, "Yo, you just gotta post more information on the trades."
Do you think about how do you think it's gonna this everybody's a trader thesis? How do you think this is gonna play out over the next like decade? No, retail
Bro,
trading,
I'm bullish
democratization
on
of
it.
trading. Yeah,
I'm bullish on the thesis. I think the only smart person I've seen is like kind of counter to it. I love Chumba Wamba. I love that
he
guy.
thinks it's
He's
cyclical.
Yeah, he thinks it's like cyclical and it only happens at the top of markets, which is like part of that is true though. Like the times when people are most interested in trading is usually like close to a top. Like that's true. But
True.
like over time, you just have more and more people, I think, who are going to learn how to trade, whether it's like crypto, stocks, commodities, anything. I really think the future is like the same way you have a mobile app where you go to open social media, you check that for like trading. And I think that's literally the future. Like the same way people open X and like, oh, I go scroll, or open TikTok, oh, I go scroll, open Instagram, oh, I go scroll. You open fucking pump.fun or whatever other app it is, and you're like, I'm also trading at like the same,
Yeah.
it's in the same way. I think that's literally the future. I think perps are gonna get way, way, way a lot more popular. I mean, I think if you look at how much volume options currently do, especially like the short-term dated options, you got to be bullish perps, bro. Like, there's no way you can look at that data and not be bullish perps. So I think that on a longer time frame is definitely going to continue to get a lot more popular. Um, I do think what Chumba was saying is that like at the peaks, you're going to have a lot more people interested in markets, which is true. But even when markets cool off, I think it's gonna like be higher and higher floors. I'm pretty confident in that.
You know, I scroll Hyperdash like it's social media. Because I had a call with the
Yeah.
Hyperdash team, and I was like,
Yeah.
they're asking me for features, and I'm asking them for more like wallet track and stuff. I'm like, oh, you don't care about like chase orders? And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, guys, this is like a social thing for me. Like, this is the social, like, I'm not, this is like TikTok replacement. Also,
Yeah.
rebuttal to Chumba is like, I think it's a fine point, but I was reading this thing the other day that like, I think up until maybe 10 years ago or something, retail couldn't even listen to earnings calls. Maybe it was a little bit longer ago, 15 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, like
I didn't know that.
it's like a fairly new thing that like earnings calls are public. If I'm completely off on somebody call me out, but I read this thing, maybe it's 20. But I think that like even if it is cyclical and it's a thing that happens at the top, because the tools are like things like Robinhood exist and things like 2000, so 26 years ago. Things like Phantom, things like Robinhood, things like these like trading apps are in people's hands now. Even if it is a top thing, there's this like group of people that would have been interested, that could have been interested, that weren't able to because they didn't have the access to. And so from that alone, I would imagine you get this like uptick in people trading. So I don't know.
I agree.
We'll see what happens with it, but it feels like the traders or the new celebrity thing is like, I don't know. Kimchi got 25 million views, bro. And there's a lot of rich guys that have a
that
Maybach.
many. That's a lot.
There's
bro.
a lot of rich,
That's
like,
a
there's a
lot.
lot of Nepo kids that have Maybachs. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're not the only rich guy flexing on. It's like it's not just the fact that he's rich, because there's plenty of people that can post rich. It's like he did the 40.
He did the thing.
He
bro.
did the thing, and then he's posting it, and people are like, "Oh fuck."
Bro, like that's the reason I think you're spot on with the traders are new celebrities piece. You've been saying this for like a couple of years now, I think. So I think you're on track with that. The reason I think you're on track with it is like people love celebrities because they're really good at their jobs and they're rich. Like it's either athletes that they're really good at being an athlete, or like an actor, it's a really good actor, and they have a lot of money. So like people obviously also want a lot of money. Traders are the only demographic where it's like they made a lot of money from trading, and they also can teach you how to be a trader. That does not exist with athletes. LeBron cannot tell you how to be LeBron. Fucking Leonardo cannot tell you how to be Leonardo. But Kimchi can tell you how he made his money trading. He can tell you what he was doing, what he was looking at. Like people who use technical analysis, people who trade low caps, and people who trade on chain, they can literally teach you how they made $40 million in less than whatever, a couple years. So that's the key differentiator, I think, between content and celebrities and financial content and traders, is that like it's actually worthwhile listening to what these people have to say, which is not the same with every other celebrity.
Wow, I've actually never thought about it like that. That's why the course thing hits so hard.
Bro, that's why. Like, and think about it. The courses that a lot of the influencer people are selling, they're actually not really making money off the courses. It's purely on the thought that you might be able to make money through the courses. Bro, day trading courses were so popular. They were trading Forex, bro. Forex moves like 1% a week. Bro,
The pips and shit.
Pips.
Yeah.
Pips, bro.
Yeah, pips.
Baby pips, bro. Like, this is not the same thing as being able to hit 1,000x on chain. It's just not even close to the same. And people have not, it's not gotten as popular as like that shit was. It's crazy. The only reason those courses were popular because people thought they could spend.
Okay, give me this as a sign off, like, because Rhino I asked Rhino this, he gave me a good answer. You kind of talked about it, but like, on the growing followers, thank you, by the way, on the growing followers, on the posting, like, do you recommend people publish their trading and make like a conscious effort to get some followers on Twitter? And like, how do you think about that as it ages out?
Publicly, I think it's tough to do publicly without it impacting your mental. Like you have to be really strong mentally for you to put your ideas out in public and not be affected by what everybody's saying around you. Because it is hard, because typically when you put something out publicly, if you get a lot of like pushback on it, you're usually in a good spot instead of like in a bad spot. Because for you to like call a top or call a bottom, the consensus has to be bearish. Consensus is usually bearish at the bottom, and consensus is usually bullish at the top. So when you put out ideas on Twitter, you're going to get a lot of negative feedback, a lot of the times in pivotal spots where you're actually right. And that can negatively impact your thought process around the trade if you don't stick to what your original ideas are. So I would say it's tricky. I mean, if you really want to be one of those people who's like educating and helping other people trade, um, then I'd say it's worth it. But like for a lot of people, it's probably better to just like journal privately and keep your thoughts privately, and then like bounce ideas off of people that you're like close with, and thinking through them that way. Um, yeah, it's hard, bro. I mean, I feel like I've done it for like a long time now, and even it affects me. Like you just said that time I was like gut says top. I was like confident we're top, and then we like
And
everybody's like, yo,
right.
you're dumb, you're wrong. Da, 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 da. Then we
Dude, I
ripped
was
the
flaming you.
fucking
Everyone,
everybody.
every green candle, I'm like, damn, your gut hates you. Also,
Look
Phantom
at
100 gifted. Shout out to Phantom. Every green candle, I'm like, damn, fuck your gut, bro. Like, get that shit
yeah, I
checked.
know, bro. And then they're like all time high, and I'm like, okay, I'm buying Bitcoin here, and it literally like top, like literally top that fucking hour, or whatever it was. It was crazy. So yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's worth it if you like really want to do content around trading long term, because I mean, as we've talked about, I do think that's like the people who do it well are just gonna be in such a good position to like have the years of practice of doing so. Like I do think that's it's a segment on social media and in content creation that has not been hit yet.
At
And if
all.
you are early to one of those, I mean, obviously you just print infinite. So if you really, really, really do want to be that, then I think it's worth it. But like if you're just like doing it just to do it, then no, it's not. It's not.